YouTube, I'm bringing you a gun today that nobody else is talking about. There's a lot of talks on the MP40, the STG, the automaton, but there are no talks about the AS44. Thank you for clicking on this video because you are going to be in an advantage now. No, but in all seriousness, guys, I do have a gun that is absolutely ridiculous. It is so good and it's been one of my favorites so far. You have to talk about it with the MP40, with the STG, and with the automaton. It's that good. Now, before we jump into it, guys, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel so you do not miss any Vanguard updates and content. We're going to be dropping you guys loadouts on the daily. Let me go ahead and show you guys these clips and we'll jump right into the starter build plus the completed build for the AS44. Very first game with the AS44 gold. Already dying. We are rocking right now on this DOS house. I think it's 24/7. My head just came off. 24/7 playlist is brand new. It just came out today, actually, the 8th. So really crazy. It's definitely one of my favorite maps, if not my very favorite map, on Vanguard, and I love it. Let's see what we can get into here. Have yet to get a kill. There goes a couple. Very first game of the day too, so a little wild. There we go. I spent way too long of time trying to get this AS44 gold last night. Did a 9-hour stream. Absolutely ridiculous. Was not worth my time. All the point blanks, all the long shots were absolutely ridiculous. It was not fun. This is my first game that I've really wanted to do a camo grind for. Last time I really cared about camos to a great extent was Modern Warfare 2, so kind of crazy. If y'all haven't used this AS44, it is really nasty. I know I'm not playing that well right now, but it's really nasty. It's got probably the highest fire rate in the game. I would definitely assume so of the ARs. SMGs maybe not, but it's nutty. I've never gotten so many multi-kills in my life with a gun, and this was just ridiculous. It's a headshot machine. You don't even need a sight like I'm using. You don't even need one, but you do need to be good. You can't just keep dying off the rip every time. But it's seriously one of my favorite guns. I know I said the MP40 was the only gun you'll need, but if you're looking ARs wise, I would look no further than this. Automaton is getting a lot of talk, but this gun is just absolutely ridiculous. It melts. Whenever I can get an actual kill, y'all will be able to see just how, I mean, look at that. Look at that rate of fire. Look at that rate of fire. Look at that. I just stunned myself. That dude's using a launcher. But it's just nutty. It's just nutty. I'm gonna take the sight off of this thing real quick. I don't even think you really need a sight, especially not this map. Slate is really good, but I like the look at the iron sights. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. And it's got a 60-round mag. You can shoot for days. You can shoot for days. I'm trying to think of what our next camo grind is going to be. I want to do the STG, but I already have the STG max level. So I don't even know if there's a point in even trying, and doing that. I can always come back to the STG later. Maybe try out the automaton. A lot of people are loving that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Come on, man. It's basically an SMG. It's basically an SMG. That's how nasty it is. I'm spawning in and already getting caught on fire. This other team is absolutely working us. This other team is working us. Working. But yeah, AS44. I know the game hasn't been out that long. right? Not even a week, but I mean, geez Louise, I've not really seen anybody running this gun, so I feel special that I found something that's very, very nice. Something I can definitely like use. I think in Warzone, when the integration happens, I can see this gun being the next FFAR AR SMG, right? Like, this gun won't be the gun that you use at long range. It's not going to be your Kilo or your AMAX, but I feel like if you have a sniper, you want to run this thing as your support weapon. If you have, you know, if you do have a Kilo type weapon, maybe the STG is the main AR. Say you have the STG, you throw this as your secondary. Yeah, it has the same ammo type, but man, this thing melts so fast, it'd be hard not to run this. I mean, look how quickly I deleted that guy. I'm playing a very sweaty team. This guy's... We have one... Are those three? Is that a level 3 or is that a level 2? Either way, they have multiple prestiges in this game. These guys are crazy. They're really, really good. And I still dropped 36. YouTube, to start this first build for the AS44, we are rocking the G28 compensator. Now, the biggest reason to run this is the recoil control. The AS44 has a very nice fire rate, but there is a lot of recoil. That's why we have this attachment. Moving on, we do have the Carver foregrip next. Again, we need a little bit more recoil control, and this adds a little bit of hip fire accuracy, so that is very, very good for us. Your next attachment is this 615 millimeter barrel. Now, you can use the first or the second barrel. I just prefer the first. I just prefer the first because it is highly accurate and controllable. That is exactly what we're looking for with this build, because this can get out of hand with all the bullets that you're putting into your enemies. After that, we are using this first magazine. This first mag adds bullet velocity and damage, and I think that's a very great plus. You want to max out how quickly you can kill your enemies, and this is definitely the step. Next are the FMJ rounds. I really like the FMJ rounds because the bullet penetration early on is really, really nice, and this is just very good until you get the max build for this class. Next is any optic, and I like the Slate a lot. The Slate is a very, very clean looking red dot sight, but you can rock no sight if you want. It's all a preference when it comes to optics. Your next attachment is the rubber grip. Again, you want a lot of recoil control, and here is a positive for that recoil control. After that, you can throw on this stock. This skeletal stock is really, really good for running gun players. As you can see, there's a sprint to fire and a movement speed buff here. You don't have to use the stock if you don't want to, but this is my play style and I really enjoy this, so throw on this stock. And then in your proficiency category, I am rocking disabled. Now, really, it's kind of a toss-up in what you want. You can use this if you want. I use sleight of hand, but it's just kind of a preference here. This is completely up to you. And then your very, very last attachment is the surplus kit. I like this because it adds XP, and you're definitely going to want to level this thing up as well as your own player. I love the kill XP that's provided with this, especially early on. This will get you through until you get your completed build. And this, YouTube, is your starter build for the AS44. To start out your completed build for the AS44, we are rocking the recoil booster. Now, I know that sounds crazy considering we are trying to minimize the recoil, but this adds 2 fire rate, and that is very, very big here on this game. You want to get kills as quickly as possible, and this is your way to do it. After that, we are rocking the Carver foregrip. Same foregrip as we had in the starter build. It provides that recoil control, and that is what we want. After that, we have on the 650 millimeter precision barrel. This barrel is very good for control and accuracy, and it also provides some headshot damage. You gotta love that. After that, we are rocking these 45 round mags. Just look at the list of all these things in green. Recoil control with a huge buff, added fire rate, added movement speed, and your ammo capacity is a little bit higher than the 30 round mags. That is all great things here. So use the 45 round mags. After that, my favorite ammo type so far in most of the guns I've been running is this lengthened ammo type. It's going to add your bullet velocity, so your enemies are going to die a lot faster here. Next is any optic that you choose, but here I'm not even using an optic, so this is all your preference. And then next we have the pine tar grip, added recoil control and hip fire accuracy, both 2 huge things for this gun specifically. And then we're still rocking the skeletal stock here on this last attachment. I like the skeletal and I like most of these stocks, but it's just hard to pick one. You can use the very last stock if you want. It provides the most positives in it, but it's all a toss-up. It's whatever you want to use. This should be a preference as well. Find out what you like and use whatever you want. And then the proficiency, we are using sleight of hand. You can either use sleight of hand or momentum. I just prefer the reload speed being increased. I like that a whole lot, and allows me to get back into the fights a whole lot quicker. And then the last attachment is a little tough to figure out. I use surplus for a very long time on this gun, but I have on fully loaded just to increase the starting ammo. If you you've been playing Vanguard, you know that you start out with little to no ammo. You burn through 2 magazines and you're already looking for more. So that's why I have on this attachment. But YouTube, here's your full and completed build for the AS44. I hope you all enjoy. And if you like the build so far, make sure you drop a like and a comment and let me know. But I hope you enjoy both these builds brought to you today. YouTube, thank y'all so very much for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you drop a like and a comment and let me know. As always, I would greatly appreciate it. But I'm going to catch you guys in the next video. So until then, peace.